A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Why Theresa May should not have to copy any Starmer resignation. Prime Minister Theresa May should not have to copy any Starmer resignation.
There are many reasons why the Prime Minister should not have to copy the resignation of a single first. The Prime Minister has lost the moral authority to lead.
Second, the resignations of Boris Johnson and Andrew Starmer are a recipe for a political avalanche. Neither Starmer nor Johnson have achieved anything to justify their own resignations.
Durham police should not have to copy any Starmer resignation. It would appear that the Labour MP for Durham, Keir Starmer, is putting his future in the hands of the Durham police.
He has promised to resign if the force's lockdown rules are breached. But this is a PR stunt and a ruse, and we should be wary of any Starmer resignation based on a pledge.
Despite the risk, the decision is the right. Labour sources are confident that they can prove the date and time of the incident.
They are working late for the Hartlepool by-election, and have gathered time-stamped WhatsApp chat logs, documents, and video edits that they intend to give to the police for further investigation. The critics say Starmer is merely trying to put pressure on the police to release information to cover up the scandal.
The Labour leader Keir Starmer has pledged to resign as soon as the case against him is resolved. Despite this, he has repeatedly denied breaking the law and insisted he had not breached any rules when he was at the camping event.
A senior team member of his has dubbed him Mr. Rules. He has been self-isolated 6 times in the past month due to the scandal and has promised to resign if he receives a fixed penalty notice.
The MP for Durham has also resigned following an investigation by Durham police, known as Beergate. The MP was filmed drinking beer and eating curry with colleagues in Durham after local elections.
This led the police to launch an investigation and ban indoor mixing between households. Despite the ban, Durham police have still not decided if the two men breached any laws.
In addition to the reopening of the investigation, Beergate has gained further attention. Prime Minister should not have to copy any Starmer resignation.
Police Minister Kit Malthouse says that despite Keir Starmer's resignation, the Prime Minister should not copy it. Keir Starmer has been under intense pressure following a video of him drinking curry and beer with activists at an event in Durham in April.
He has repeatedly denied breaking any laws by drinking beer while he was still working. One of his top advisors has referred to him as Mr. Rules.
The former Labour Party leader has self-isolated 6 times since the COVID-19 investigation was launched. In response to the controversy, Starmer has been a vocal critic of Boris Johnson.
He has also been vocal about the scandal surrounding Boris Johnson and said absolutely clear that no law had been broken. The Partygate scandal involves 12 illegal social gatherings which occurred during a lockdown.
The Conservative Party did not respond to the Post's request for comment. However, Starmer's resignation has prompted many to call the Prime Minister a liar and a presidential candidate for the next election.
While the Prime Minister should not have to copy any Starmer resignation, he does have the authority to do so. Starmer was appointed Shadow Brexit Secretary in October 2015.
He has been a vocal opponent of the Conservative government's COVID-19 pandemic measures. He has also removed his party whip, a practice that could undermine the integrity of the investigation.
This was the main reason that many people have said Starmer should resign and step aside. Sir Keir Starmer raised the issue of a Christmas party during Cooks Today.
In an attempt to avoid having to copy Starmer's resignation, Johnson was also criticized for his refusal to elaborate on the issue. There's a serious investigation underway at the Cabinet Office into alleged COVID-19 rule breaches.
He refused to give details about the Christmas party, but said that Tories have a moral duty to remove Boris Johnson from office. So in response to this revelation, the government has backed a new law to ban a rumor that a senior officer abused a government staff member to make money.
The rule against attending a funeral or visiting family members was also lifted, as long as the event lasted longer than a week. However, the Prime Minister did not accept the apology because it was too late to change the law.
Prime Minister has lost moral authority to lead. The Prime Minister has lost moral authority to lead, according to Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer.
His comments come in the wake of revelations about rule-breaking at Number 10 and Boris Johnson's bid to remain in office. But Mr. Sybil said the Prime Minister should not lose focus on the job he is supposed to do.
This includes being a leader. But the question is, has Mr. Johnson lost his moral authority?
The Prime Minister will not resign when the fines start to pile up. But he won't face the same demands to resign as before.
A few weeks ago, Douglas Ross was ready to issue calls for the PM to step down. Why won't he step down? There are several reasons.
One is that he is playing political one-upmanship with West Bengal politicians during the assembly elections. It's time for Boris Johnson to resign.
His blundering has made him unfit to lead the country or his cabinet. The fact that Boris Johnson misled Parliament is proof enough.
It is also evident that Mr. Johnson was warned that there would be no parties. But he lied, despite receiving advice from Dominic Cummings.
He lacks the moral authority to ask the public to obey his orders. So the UK Prime Minister has lost moral authority to lead.
Despite the mounting pressure, Johnson has clung to power despite mounting calls for his resignation. However, the Russian invasion of Ukraine shifted attention away from the calls for resignation.
The PM has also lost the credibility of his party. Earlier, he ignored calls for his resignation because the media's focus was on the invasion of Ukraine.
However, in the aftermath of the crisis, Ross said that it wasn't the time to discuss resignations. Boris Johnson's resignations could turn a slow slide toward political oblivion into an avalanche.
The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been battling for his political life ever since so-called Partygate revelations surfaced earlier this month. His personal approval ratings have fallen to a near zero level, and his Conservative Party is behind the Labour Party by 10 points.